Say so? Rack it up, I gotta build up the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm up in the greenhouse. Ball it up, I'm with the gang, we taking shots off the rebound. Fucking my
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Come in. Extra melanin, yes. Thank you so much for joining us. Y'all come on in. I updated. We're gonna wait for everybody to get in. Meanwhile, I got a vibe and I want to share it with y'all. Something kind of contagious tonight. We got a contagious vibe and we're gonna share it with y'all. Yo, what's going on? What's going on, Todd? MJ, what's going on, MJ? Silk, yo, why, man? Yes, good night, Silk. Appreciate you. Cynthia, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Yo, this is my boo. This is my girl, Cynthia. Cynthia, yo, I love you, girl. Hey, you gotta come on just to say what's up. Wanda, what's going on, Wanda? Shannon, what's going on, Shannon? Joyful. Cynthia, don't go nowhere. Tara, what's going on? All right, hold on, guys. My bad, guys. That was Joy. Joy say, am I ready? Are we ready? I'll let her know we already ready. Joy, you got to come on. You can come on when you're ready, right? Yes, come on in, everybody. Oh, I appreciate you guys so much. Yo. What's going on, Shay? What's the top? Jasmine, you tell us. Tonight's open mic night, guys. So, hey, anything goes. Y'all know how it is. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all come on in. It is open mic night. So, hey. What's going on, sis?
Hello.
What is going on?
I just got out of my vision board workshop with my girls.
Yes,
we
man.
went over a little bit, so I'm sorry.
No, we cool. No problem. Everybody know how we do it. Look, I put on there 9:30-ish. Then I changed it to 9:45. But somebody's well, my real crew, my real reels, they were already in here waiting on me.
Yay.
All right, there's an invite, guys, for anybody who wants to jump on. Please, guys, I want to see new people, my old gang, my new gang. Everybody is welcome. Sent, yo, get that link and come on in. Joy, you remember Cynthia?
No.
The real Vivian. What's going on, Vivian?
My wig is too tight. I got to go undo my wig.
Wow. You gonna take it off, dog? Vonna, it's
I'm trying
uncut.
not to.
Hey, it's
I'm
uncut.
trying
Go
not
ahead,
to.
dog. You a hot. Listen, I love you as you are, Sin. You
What are
beautiful
we
no
talking
matter what.
about?
Listen, man, I told you it's open mic night, so we talking about whatever. We're talking about whatever. What's going on in the world? What's going on, Vonna? How you doing? The nurse. What's going on, love? What's going on, Tammy? Tammy Thorpe. She sounds familiar. So, guys, listen, it's open mic night. I don't know. I mean, I put out the thing. I put it out there for suggestions on what the topic is for the night. Um, I
Miss
had a
Brit,
couple
Miss
topics.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, Miss Bertha said she tried to leave a topic to discuss, but you had the topic turned off. I don't know what she's
Really?
talking about. That's what she said.
I don't
Hold on a
know.
minute.
Well, I have to check it. Good, Tammy, doing good. How you doing tonight? Yes. Come to Jill Scott.
You're gonna get demonetized.
Listen, I ain't even worried about it. I'm look tonight. Uncut is for the vibe. Uncut, we ain't worried about monetization. We ain't worried about the money right now. The money gonna come. Right now, this is for the peoples. This is for me and the peoples. This is for y'all. For y'all. This for y'all. Ain't worried about the money. The money gonna come. Yo, Cash App down there. If y'all want to Cash App your boy, hey, everybody can put $1 in the pot, whatever we want to do. Yes. Miss Vivian, real Vivian. When you ready, you let me know. You ready? Because I'm coming at you. You ready? All right, let's go. Yes.
Hi.
What is going
Hello.
on?
I don't like
I
this.
just wanted to come and thank Joy for sending that shout out to Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth, because we're in
Yeah.
a little bit of a rough time still. So I just wanted to come on real quick and say thank you, Joy. We really appreciated that.
Girl, what the
Yeah.
hell is going on with Ted Cruz? And took his ass over there to the where he went to the Bahamas, no, to the
He
Cancun,
got caught,
Mexico.
girl. He got caught, right? He got caught, and then gonna try to say, I was just
I was
walking
just
up to the
going to
gate.
drop off my daughter. Who dropped off
Wow.
their daughter in Mexico? You lying ass. You knew you
And
was
they
going
had
to
a suitcase
Mexico.
with him.
What's going on, lovely? What's going on, Lady T?
I
Hey,
hope I'm not
Ronnie.
And then
yelling.
and then
No. We good.
that mayor who told y'all that the government wasn't helping y'all. Y'all need only the strong will survive. You know what? That's one thing
Wow.
that I will say. Let me tell
But
y'all
that's how they
something.
think. That's the mentality. That's how they think.
I know that this is very upsetting for all of my people that's down there in Texas. Listen, I almost moved to Texas. Okay, y'all had to take my
Yep.
I had to undo my
Sure
wig.
did.
So I love
I put me a
Texas.
little something on to look decent.
So I love Texas, and I'm not talking about Texas in a negative way, but what I'm saying is I hope y'all will use this as an opportunity for y'all to now be involved with your local government. And now that they have exposed themselves for who they really are, once y'all
Yeah.
get through this, because y'all are Texans, y'all know how to survive, y'all will make it through.
Okay.
Once y'all get through this, then y'all gonna come back and know who to vote up out of there and who to vote in there. Because
Yeah.
I want to say so that was y'all Senator Ted Cruz,
That
and
was
then
a
y'all
mayor.
governor.
The mayor.
But the mayor was the one who said the crazy stuff, but the senator Ted Cruz is a senator that took his ass down there to Mexico.
Yeah.
And then what is the governor doing?
Well,
Nothing.
they're doing a lot besides the mayor, but the higher ups, like the governor and stuff, the local officials, they're doing a lot. They have a lot of warming centers, they have a lot of shelters. They have a lot of churches out here, so a lot of Christian-based groups are coming out and providing food to people. And they even have one of these Christian-based groups have a mobile shower for people who don't have electricity and water. They're going around neighborhoods and they have like
What's
3
going
or
on,
4
lovely
stalls,
flower?
and you could come in and take a shower. And for people who are at that extreme level, and a lot of, Texas is a really good place. A lot of Southern
What's going on, Jeanette?
hospitality. A lot of people are chopping down their trees in their backyard and making firewood for people.
Yeah.
So
Now that's one thing that I was so that it really impressed me, is that I saw a lot of business owners, a lot of people that you wouldn't even think that necessarily.
Mattress Max,
Mattress Max,
the mattress man,
opening up their doors and bringing people in, and like I'm like, yo, that's one thing that and even Joy, we both have asked God to bless us, increase our territory so that we can be able to go and give. And because when it really comes down to it, you can say anything with your mouth, but I'm a type of person that I believe in taking action,
yes,
giving, and
sir.
it takes money. You can wish well, you can do everything. That's great and it feels good to the soul. But when
Yes.
you need money, cash on hand. That's what moves, you know. That's why a lot of people, they criticize Tyler Perry. But Tyler Perry, when he sees something, I noticed that he doesn't do a bunch of talking or a bunch of accolades. He goes and he puts feet on the ground, and he puts money into the area.
Do you know how many African American people Tyler Perry has employed?
right?
Okay, talk about it.
Okay, so they got a problem with Tyler Perry and his quality, and he's selfish and this and this and that and that. I give him all the kudos. Tyler Perry has done so much for Black people, Atlanta, and etc., that he'll be, in the record books for what he has done to that studio and who he named it after and the projects he has done and etc. Like that's the problem. Let's get off of Texas for a minute. That's the problem with us as a people. Don't matter how good you do, they're going to find some fault in it.
No matter what.
And that's a problem, with us as a people, because we need to stick together in these times. I'm out here in Fort Worth and, COVID and working from home and etc. Now this winter storm, it's like I never have had so much food in my house before. And, I have called a couple of friends and say, if you need to come over, just let me know. And do you know that some people have not even responded to say, I'm fine, thank you. So-called friends, associates.
Or,
that's what
hey, you need something? Yeah, let's pool together.
Yeah, like I have offered my home up to people, and they just have ignored me. I'm like, this is a crisis. What are you? But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, I basically came on to thank Joy, and I think you were in the comments as well, Big, and Mr. Chris and stuff like that, and
well, I appreciate you coming on to.
Yeah, that was very much appreciated, and I just wanted to come on for a quick minute. I wasn't prepared. I put my little bonnet on,
Look, you looking good. You looking all right. Ain't nothing wrong with it. No.
Yeah, I keep one of these around for times like this. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have time to put no lipstick or no earrings on, but I just wanted to. Us from Texas to you guys want.
Oh no, she did it. She don't. Wow. Wow. And I can't say nothing because this uncut. So I said anything goes, so I can't say nothing. Look, if any other time I would have done blocked her. I'd done put on the look. But I can't say nothing because this uncut, so she can be free. Yes.
Yeah,
I got a bonnet with you, girl.
Well, this is basically like an African rap. I had to educate one of my Caucasian sisters. This is not a bonnet, boo. This is an African rap. You better know.
Tell them. You better tell them. Tell them again.
She's like, I like your bonnet. I went to the grocery store with this, and she's like, I like your bonnet. I said, bonnet. I said, I know you don't know, but let me help you. A bonnet is something that looks like you're not supposed to wear it out. This is fashionable, boo. This is something you're supposed to wear. Add to your song. This ain't bonnet.
So you might want to get one.
This is an African rap. You better get with it.
Hey, as long as you don't touch it, just don't put your hands on me. Just don't put your hands on me.
Well, I'll let someone else come in the room or whatever.
Well, listen, you are at your leisure. You're more than welcome. There's plenty of room. Look, I still got 2 more spaces on the screen. Who's coming on? Ronnie, Nurse, Brooklyn. Come on in, Brooklyn. Cynthia, look. Joy, do you remember Cynthia?
You keep asking me that.
You never. You never answered me. I don't like being ignored.
Maybe I should get out of my bedroom and go in the living room.
Well, hey.
Why is yours so dark, Biggs? Do you not have any lights on? Do you have?
No. Look, this is a vibe. I'm vibing. I don't need no lights. I'm trying to share this vibe with y'all. Y'all better feel this vibe. Pick up on this vibe. Y'all better feel this vibe. Look, my lights are low. Look, I'm here. This is what
He's trying to be romantic. You know, got some music.
Look, I almost lit a candle for y'all. What y'all look? Y'all ain't what? Y'all don't know what? What? Don't let me what? Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready for me. Y'all is not ready. I'm telling y'all.
Okay, now.
Look, I'm telling y'all. Look, this is Biggs 2.1.
You see how I'm looking? I'm like, what is going on? Like an old grandma. I'm like, I'm looking like.
I just hit you with that's why I just hit you with it real quick and took it back. I ain't gonna put it all on you. I ain't gonna put the vibe all on you at one time.
Oh Lord, you better get you a ring light. You see, I'm lit up over here. Joy,
I'm lit now. I'm dark, but I'm lit.
Oh yeah,
Ronnie, you ready? I'm coming for you.
You better get you a ring light. You see, I'm lit up over here. Joy,
I'm lit now. I'm dark, but I'm lit.
Oh, yeah.
Ronnie, you ready?
Hey, Miss Ronnie.
Hey. Ronnie, I think you still got an instance on her.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
I think that's me.
Hey, Miss Ronnie.
What is going on? How you doing today, Miss Ronnie?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
Is that me?
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay. We're good. We're good now, right?
All right. Yep, we good.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
Yeah,
Look.
hi, y'all.
What's going on? Look. Just for you. How about that? See? I just had to show you. I got it. I'm lit. I got it now. Just for you. What's going on, Mia Moore? Huh?
What was all those lights? I was like, what the 70s disco party going on?
That's the vibe. Y'all ain't ready. Look, that's the vibe. It play the music. That's my thing.
Well, let's discuss this third stimulus check. Let's discuss that.
Look, listen, if
I know.
Tammy, I almost got some candles and lit them on y'all, but I didn't want y'all to think nothing crazy.
I've been putting them all in savings account. I said this is a down payment on the house money. Like,
you better talk about it. Now that's what we can really talk about.
Now, since you brought that up, you know that they're saying that the stimulus did not do its job. It did not stimulate the economy because most people were using it as savings and they were not spending it. Now, how are you going to give me a stimulus and then tell me what to do with it? Y'all don't even know what y'all listen. They had this crazy man, number 45, number 46, whatever. They had this crazy man in the office. People were scared and they felt uncertain. They weren't trying to spend no money. They uncertain. They like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's going on.
Really, that is what it's for. It's supposed to be so you can put it out in the community, and that's kind of boosting the economy so it can circulate. But the thing is that them giving us, they're spot checking money. So you know how it is. Like if you get money, if you have a lump sum in hand, a lot of times you can do a lot with that. But when you're getting trickle effect, and you're just getting a little bit here, a little bit there, you can't do anything with that. Like, not to say that I'm not grateful for it, but hell, that was like a truck. That was a one bill, a bill, and that was gone. And I'm like, okay, so what did that stimulate? All you did was kind of like help, like kind of postpone the inevitable. Like
Yeah.
it brought me another 2 weeks, or it brought me another 2 weeks on a bill or
But
something
what
like that.
about those people that's been without a job for months and they're behind?
Or unemployment, because unemployment is jerking them around, or our unemployment system is broken. There's still
Listen,
people
I had a
out there
lady
right
who
now.
said that she just got a job because she gave up on the unemployment because she was so confused about which unemployment she was supposed to be applying and how to apply
Exactly.
that she just gave up.
There's like 4 different types of unemployment. And
you
then
can't reach anyone to help you. You can't reach
no,
anyone.
because they all the lines are shut down. It took me, when I got laid off from work because of COVID, specifically because of COVID. And it took me 2 months before I could even, it took me like almost 2 months, like 6 weeks to even get a hold of someone, to even start talking about, hey, what about unemployment? What's going on? And typically I wait because, in my type of work, I have contract work. So I usually pick up a contract here and there, or I have savings to where, I'm good, because with contracts, you never know when you're going to be on or off a contract. So typically you put back at least, a month or two of salary. So like, hey, if I lose a contract or something like that, I'm good or have a cushion. Well, thank God that, I had that, because if not, I don't know what I would have done. It literally took just that long just to talk to someone.
I can't understand, because I don't see why they don't consider it stimulating the economy when you're paying your bills. The people who haven't worked pay up their rent and their utilities. That's stimulating the economy. Since I'm not out there buying frivolous stuff I don't need. Oh, I'm not doing my part, right?
Right. It's the merchants, and it's the people that, the small business people that, and they are suffering, because I'm seeing small businesses, they're suffering. I'm seeing people close doors. Companies and small businesses are suffering. They're having to close doors. They're having to lay off people and things like that, even to survive. But it's like take for instance Canada. I think it's Canada, where they give a stifling of, I think, like $2,000 that they've been giving to people because of this.
Wow.
And that's government money. And that's, everyone gets it. Really, the government has enough money, if they would spend it and put it with the people, to where everybody got, they could do $1,200 or $1,500 per person, getting it on a monthly basis. Do away with Social Security, which they're not really doing anything with it anyway. Do away with Social Security. Do away with, all of this other frivolous stuff that they're giving to these big corporations, and all this money, that billions of dollars that they so-called are lending business owners, which the business people owners are saying they never even get the loans or the grants or the money. If they actually took that money and really just gave everybody across the board a flat $1,200 a month for, say, 6 months to a year, our economy would boost itself and jump back within a few months, because everyone will have that money ongoing. Give it to the
All right,
old
Cheddar, you sound
or
like
everyone.
Andrew Yang.
Listen, I rocked with his platform, because he is not only just in his politics, but so far as how he runs business and his business sense, he is a genius. His plan, that was one of the people that I really rocked for. But one, I think because, of his nationality, and I think also because people want to say that he was a fascist, or that he, was all about capital and all about money. But that's what we needed.
Yeah, that's what we need. But, it's a problem to save the money, but they don't they don't ask for handouts, and
Mm-mm.
so you're not supposed to save money. But what happened to all this, having a 6 months emergency fund, and
Listen,
6 months is not even enough anymore. I think you need like 8 to 12 months saved to really, survive and
Joy, don't you do that. Don't do that, Joy. Don't do that.
What?
Don't do that. Joy being petty. Don't do that.
What
Really?
happened?
You know what? That's why I don't mess with Shonda. I don't fuck with you.
It's so petty.
You made the beats uncut, but you didn't come to you really?
She can't be my friend. I can't have no support too. Why you got to get all the support? I can't get no love.
Oh, but you made the beats uncut though.
Betty, come on, Betty. Get her, Vivian. Get your friend.
I don't know what happened. I can't see the messages on this.
Oh, you don't see the. Oh, okay. So you cannot see in the. Yeah.
Oh, let me see if I push this little button.
Your friend in here in the comments
see,
being
girl.
petty. Yeah, your friend over here in the comments being petty.
That goes to show how she really feel about me. Now she made it on time to the uncut.
Listen.
To the big uncut.
You uncut too?
I'm over it.
What Jeanette? Jeanette, whose side are you on? Jeanette, I thought you was my ride or die. Extra petty. Super petty. Super petty.
Whatever, Shonda. I ain't talking to you. Tammy Thorpe says it's suggested to have a cushion of savings. How you gonna have a cushion of savings of 18 months worth of income when you live in how most
from
Americans
paycheck to paycheck?
They robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Listen, I wish, and and I can't complain. I mean, now that
Biggs, you are very cheap, so you do good at savings.
You know what? I'm not very cheap. I'm not. What kind of double-edged compliment, ass backwards compliment was that?
Biggs, you are so cheap.
I'm not cheap. I'm smart. How am I cheap?
You're frugal.
I'm very frugal. I believe in putting money to where money should be put. And I love nice things. But I'm very fiscally conscious.
He is
you
cheap,
got to
girl.
be. Listen, you got to be. I want to be very I want to have retirement savings. Listen, I want to have liquid. I want bonds. I want to own a home outright. No mortgage.
All of it. Listen, my stocks shot up like 25%, and I was over here. My wife got on my nerves. Like, I didn't even know you had stocks. Okay, well, don't worry about it. Forget this all.
Yeah, you gotta diversify. You gotta have money everywhere.
Exactly.
You really do.
Multiple streams. And I preach it all the time. Like, I want to have at least 5 streams. I really would love to get to where I'm not even making money no more. Just my money is just making itself. That's my dream. That's my dream. I used to have a dream where I could have one check. I could have cash one check in the bank and still have money from the last check.
Yeah.
I made it that far, but my money ain't making money yet. So that's the dream now.
Oh, talking about that, Biggs. That's what I was, another thing I want to bring up is multiple sources of income. For example, when I moved to Dallas, Texas, I had got a job with a financial advisor as his administrative support, which is fine and dandy, but he was a horrible boss. And if I only had that one stream of income, I would have been stuck there being mistreated because he felt that I was let me tell you what happened. The other advisors in the office started liking me, and he was scared that one of them was going to poach me. So what he would do is, I don't want you talking to anyone. I just want you to do your work. And I was like, well, you can't control who I say good morning to.
Listen,
you can't control who I talk to on my lunch break. Right. And I said, if you're doing what you should do as my employer, as my boss, and I feel like I'm getting treated correctly, you don't have that concern. You have that concern because you know you're not doing what you're supposed to do.
Right.
And so when they were in, we had a Christmas party, they invited me, and And then my birthday came and they had all these gifts. He had a fit, like, because they were just taking a liking to me, you know, and he just had a fit. And
maybe he wanted to keep you all to himself.
well, why? If you don't work in a private building where there's other people that I have to walk past and say good morning, why should I be allowed to say good morning? Because you think you're going to control me like I'm some kind of slave that's walking around here and you could tell me whatever to do because you're paying my salary? Let me help you out. Since you have a problem with it, let me help you out. Because you're not my only source of, you're not my only source of income. So what I'm going to do is give you a 2-week notice, buddy, and move on to my other position.
That's what listen. That's what I live for, to be able to walk out on a job and tell them to go to hell.
Exactly. Like,
that's what I live
and he was
for.
like, well, what you gonna do for money? Don't you worry about it. You think that you have some control of me because you think you pay a check? You're just one of many. So I don't care if I have to work 7 days a week or 10-hour days to make sure I have multiple income coming in, so I don't have to be stuck at any job with any horrible bosses. So that's just a little tidbit for people out there. Get yourself more than one income. If you get one of these so-called job careers or something that don't work out, you can take the power back.
Get you a hustle. Yeah,
exactly.
My mother always said that. Bless me. Like, get you a hustle. Always have you a hustle. Always have you something going on that, you know, that don't nobody control but you.
Exactly.
That's what I said, Tosh. Sound like he had some ulterior motives. You might have been walking through that office looking a little too nice. Had that hair wrapped just right.
Joy, you hear him? Joy, you hear him?
Listen, girl. I was thinking like, well, was he trying to holler at you? Did he want to be your manager? Or he want to be your man?
Why do you guys get that? Where do you? You got that from that story?
Hold on. Listen.
Listen.
You guys got that from that?
Look, I don't want you talking to nobody. I don't need you kikiing with none of these other guys in here.
Lord, please. I don't know. I hope not.
I just want you here working and talking to me. That's what it sounded like he was going on. That's what it sounded like he was at.
Well, too bad, because he lost. And he still be looking at you.
But this is important. I think when you're talking about, and I think that in our community, this is something that Biggs and I were talking about. And I'm just going to say, I'm really happy that this is the conversation that we're having on Uncut, because I told Biggs, I said, Biggs, I want to talk about other stuff other than hunching. And
we ain't talked about hunching yet.
Okay, but I'm saying I'm happy. Babe, shut up. I said I'm happy because she brought it up and it wasn't me. But to me, I was telling my ladies tonight in my Patreon that I desire to not only have multiple streams of income or to go from being an employee to an employer, but I want to bring my ladies with me. Not just me do it, but to me, I won't be satisfied until I at least have 10 people. I want 10 people under me to be millionaires.
Exactly.
Yes, ma'am.
Because then for me, that's my goal. My goal is not just me to make it, but I want 10 people. I want to make it, and then I want to bring 10 people. And then I want each one of those 10 people to bring, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about my people.
Yes, ma'am.
I want us.
What's going on, Sonia?
Well, yeah, definitely. I'm single with no kids. I'll be 39 next month.
Oh, you
so
no kids, young out here. Look.
Yeah, and I have no reason not to be a millionaire. I have no reason. I don't have no college tuition to pay for no kids and private school for no children. I just take care of myself. I downgraded from a house into an apartment because I had got an older house that needed so much work. I was paying a mortgage and doing home repairs, and I was becoming like, what's the standard? A house poor. You know, and I was like, that's not going to work for me, you know. So the market went up here at Texas, sold that sucker, made a profit. And I say, you know, I don't prefer to rent because it's like you're just putting money down the drain. But when you think about it, in the long run, the home, the maintenance, the expenses, sometimes it does make sense to rent for a little bit, get you 50%, not 20, get you 50% to put down on a home, pay that home off by the time you're 50, and buy another home and do the same thing.
Listen.
So, I'm just trying to build wealth for myself and educate anyone who interested in it.
Do it. Sometimes it makes sense when you're, especially if you're single, especially as a single woman, maintenance of things and having. As a matter of fact, this is a part of Joy and I. We've started as we, as she more acquiescing into business and having our own business and things like that. That's one of the things that we talk and we do our weekly talks when, our ventures and things and businesses that we're starting together. We come and we huddle every week to talk about, okay, listen, what we are planning and structuring. And that's part of it, is having, making the decision, especially for women, like I was saying, is as we get into real estate, we always had a handyman, and my mother always had a handyman that she could go to and
don't tell our business. That's our secret.
Well, listen, this is our people. This is where we're supposed to share it to. Share it with. I don't mind sharing it with our people. We'll talk about it
in the Patreon.
I gotta join the Patreon.
Yeah, girl, you gotta join the Patreon because I don't trust it's some hoes that's witnessing unannounced. We don't know.
Oh,
wow.
Okay.
Listen, all hoes are welcome here.
No, they not.
No, they're not.
Everybody's
welcome. Yeah, y'all know haters. You can get your hating butt on somewhere.
That's where me and Joy have a difference of opinion. No. I like haters. I believe in. No. Listen, if I don't have one or two haters, then I ain't doing nothing. It's something I'm doing wrong. When you start having a hater or two, then you starting to go places. If the devil is not coming against you and not fighting you, then you are stagnant. That means you're ineffective. That's just how I believe. I really believe that. If you want to take it spiritual or biblical, if you I said just from a secular point of view, if I don't have somebody hating on me, talking about me, giving me a turned up face or something, it's something I'm not doing right. That means that I must be shooting pretty bad.
Listen, you got 3 dislikes. It's 3 hating ass bitches in here right now.
Yeah.
What is you talking about?
It's 3 dislikes. They came in here though. That lets me know, listen, they done came in here. What have we done to be disliked? What have we said?
And I know one of them is Tam, not 007 Tam, but anyway, let me hush.
Stop. Now you want to be petty. It's okay. I'm okay with it. I'm at peace with it.
Let me tell you about haters. You right, Biggs. Let me tell you something about haters. When you walk with confidence and walk like you're protected by God and you're walking in the blood, you're going to have a hater. You're going to have someone out there that's going to hate you. Walking in the store, women are giving me the, grabbing on their husbands and giving me the look like I was interested in their husband. I don't do married men, boo. What you grabbing on your husband
for? Wait a minute. Now, the real Vivian, you've been following me for a long time and you've been ride or die. But I'm sorry, from the last 2 comments that you made, can you stand up and turn around? I need to see your booty.
Oh yeah, this is the problem, girl. I already know it's the booty. It's the booty and the booty.
Yes. You have a nice ass booty. I can tell by the
Is that what it is?
I know it.
Girl, how am I show it to you? My room a mess.
No, wait. See, you got a big old booty. I know you got a big old booty. I know you got a big old.
That's what it is. She's looking back at it.
I said she got a big old.
Yeah,
you know
she
how
thick,
you had a big old booty.
That's
I
what
knew
it
you
is.
had a nice. I said, you know what? She got a nice ass body, and I knew you had a nice body because you got women mad at you, and you got supervisors chasing you, girl. You got a nice body.
You got the men trying to cuff you. You got the women hating on you.
You crazy. Y'all crazy.
And then you be having that thing be sitting up there looking good. Girl. Let me hide my man from you.
And I know she be having a certain bounce to it when she walks.
Listen, Chris loves booty. I don't know why he with me.
Well, who doesn't?
He loves butt. He's a butt man.
Well, I was born with this. You know, I can't help it.
Exactly. It's not your fault. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
I knew you had something back there, and then when you walk with it, I know you probably got. I know when you walk with it, you got to stank all walk.
You know she got to sway.
You know she got to
sway.
I got to. My ancestors told me to do it.
She going one way, booty going the other way.
Well, my ancestors told me to do it. They gave it to me. Why would I reject it? Why would I hide it? Like these balumps. This is my ancestors. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Represent my ancestors.
Represent them ancestors. Respect
them. And I go to the
Respect
swimming pool in my one piece. And I take my sarong off and let this thing be free. Okay.
My wife got a big old booty and she wear a two-piece. Hi, Pamela. What's going on, Pamela?
I wear one piece, two piece. I wear high waist.
Yes, all the pieces.
By looking at you, Miss Vivian, I said, you know what? She got a nice ass body. I can look you in your face. I can look you in the face and tell, and you be dressed. I can look you in the face and tell. I said, now wait a minute, something in the milk ain't clean.
I didn't know why people was clutching their pearls.
Listen,
and she did.
I said,
now you talking about me being aloof.
Clean. Now wait a minute. Now
you talking about me being aloof now. And she's like, what? I don't know why he want me. Why is he trying to keep me from everybody?
That big ass
I don't know. Uh-huh. When it in, we know.
Be at work. Good morning.
Yeah. Bouncing up and down the aisles and stuff. Turn around. You probably done knocked something off his desk. And he had to look like,
knock all the papers on the floor.
Yeah. He just in there shuffling papers. Miss Vivian, can I talk to you? Yes, can I talk to you?
Help me. Oh, you need me? Okay.
Help me.
Right.
I didn't know that was what it is because you know
when
you have it, you don't know.
Right.
And you got some pretty legs, that big ass foot. You don't fuck around and wore a little skirt and got your little belt on.
Don't mess around and drape it the right way. Drape something over it right.
My God, today you done knocked all the pencils, all the paper napkins on the floor. Everybody don't know what the hell to do. You just kind of what? Who, me?
Me? I don't know
why. Get out of here.
Why is he calling me in here again?
He did do that a lot. And talk about some sitting here.
We already know. We already know.
Sitting here for what?
That ass looking.
And the more attitude I got with him, the more he seemed to, okay. Because for the first 2 months, I would, he would talk to me crazy, and I just be, okay, well, I'll work on that.
That man wanted you to tie him up and whoop him with a paddle, girl. Get out of here.
Wow.
What are you talking about?
Now, see, it ain't me.
That man was imagining
it wasn't me.
He wanted you to be
it wasn't me. That's joy now.
He was Caucasian, girl. You know he wanted you to be a dominatrix and put on some leather and whoop him. That's why you bullshitting. That man was in love with you. You know they nasty like that. And I got one. I'm telling you. I know.
Girl, child, please. He got that 2 week notice.
I don't know about that.
Listen, you don't even got no makeup on or nothing. You just as pretty. You got a nice shape, girl.
Okay, look. Ain't she, Jeanette? Jeanette sound like she feeling that. She really feeling that. Look.
Good morning.
The things that make you say,
I would be bouncing around in the office. Not intentional, no pun.
You know what you're doing.
No pun, no, I would not bounce around literally.
Cute, come in.
I would, hey, how you doing? But I had worked in corporate America a long time. I know how to kind of dress to hide my shape.
We love you. We'll talk to you later, girl. Cause you in that shape, I can't. Cause I already know what you was doing, Miss Vivian. You was showing up to work with them legs out, with that booty sitting up there, and you had them legs and your lips was painted, and you was just good morning.
Joy sound like Joy know about that from experience.
You damn right. I'm going to work. Hell, you gonna look at me? I'm big anyway.
I'm appalled. I'm appalled. I was
Look,
professional.
look,
I was
Joy,
professional. If my ass
that's
is showing, what
very
I'm supposed to do?
professional. That's very professional.
Miss Vivian.
Yeah, it's professional.
I can't with you, girl. I knew you
I'm
had a
gonna
big
somebody
booty.
else come in the room.
I knew you had a big booty. I knew that's what it was. You had a beautiful booty. I knew it. You couldn't tell me. I knew it. I could just see you in the office with your pocketbook on your wrist and your coffee like this. Good morning.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Joy ain't
Okay,
always
y'all.
work. Look, Joy ain't always work from home. Don't let her fool you. Mm-hmm.
Girl, I was in the office.
Yeah.
I used to have ads in.
Well, I'm gonna let somebody else come in. It was a joy speaking with you guys. I
Miss
appreciate
Vivian,
you.
don't be mad at me, girl. I'm just
I
messing
know.
with you.
I'm not. I'm just kidding with you. I'm just kidding with you. I'm not I'm not easily offended. I'm lighthearted like you guys.
But I'm serious about you having a nice body. I knew you had a body.
Oh, thank you. I'm working on it. Cause just wait.
You look good, girl.
Just
don't
wait.
do no more to it now. Don't kill him. Don't hurt him.
Oh
Don't
yes.
hurt him.
I've got the waist turner coming. Just wait.
Yes.
No. That's too much.
Yes.
I got the waist turner coming.
No,
it's gonna be nothing but boobies and ass everywhere, just a bouncing everywhere. With no stomach.
Why she talking about? She done brought it out.
Now you really gonna have to hold your husbands because I ain't after them, but they gonna be after me.
Look, straight ahead. Yes, look. She gonna have her own theme music. She trying to get her own theme music. Trying to get your own theme music.
Let me get up off of here. I love you guys and everyone that's watching. I love you as well. We're doing good here in Texas. It's going to be 60 degrees in a couple of days. The snow is melting now. Power's been restored. A lot of people have water. We're doing okay here in Dallas, Texas. I don't know about anywhere else, but we're recovering and appreciate your prayers and you guys mentioning it and cared enough to even bring it up. That was very, very nice. And I might come on again another day or so.
Yes.
But toodaloo.
All right.
I had to play body yaddy yaddy for you, girl. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. Yes. Yes, Miss Vivian. I love her. Now watch, God. Listen, I could tell. I said she got a big ass booty.
Look, I already knew it. I just didn't want to say nothing. I was just
I knew she had a big booty.
I already knew.
Now she
I already knew what was going on. Look, the nose.
Oh, you could smell a booty. That's what you're trying to say.
Look,
I just knew she was coming in there.
I got a radar.
Really? What's going on? Body yaddy 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 yaddy. Yes, Miss Vivian with her whole fine self. Yes, I love a beautiful, confident, intelligent woman.
Yes.
And she was at the financial office. You know that man was trying to holler, "Hey, Tam." Miss Tam,
that's okay, Miss Tam. Look, Miss Tam,
like.
you know, look, we on
we
color
like
people
that,
time.
Miss Tam.
What's going on, Lauren?
Hey, Lauren.
Oh shoot.
So what I want to talk about?
In the house. Say what? Brooklyn in the house. Sorry,
I want to talk about one more.
I love Brooklyn. What you want to talk about?
We love you, the real Vivian. We love you. I knew she was a bad. Listen,
I really do.
I can smell. And I don't mean this in an offensive way, but I can smell a bad bitch from a mile away. I was like, I wonder. I feel like she got nice booty. And I just needed to know. I just needed to confirm because the spirit was telling me that she had a nice booty. I'm telling you. So listen, this is what I want to talk about, Biggs. You know, Shonda made a comment earlier. This is serious, for real. I'm serious. And it's something that I want your opinion, and I want you to be honest. And Miss Ronnie, I want your opinion.
You want my honest opinion?
I want your and I'm gonna shut up, and I want you to give your honest 100% opinion.
Which opinion? As your brother, as your friend,
no,
as
a man, as a human being,
as a man,
as an intellect, as an intellectual. Be yourself.
Okay.
Wait.
You don't always let me be myself. Now you want me to be myself?
Wait. You know what? Listen, let me go. Shonda made a comment and she said, I'm trying to find it, but it's what I want to talk about because I was talking to Chris about it too. So, okay, many of you may or may not know, but I'm very much into anything that has to do with law. When it comes to bills and bills going to the Senate and going to the House, sometimes those bills have 300 pages, 400 pages. I like to read the bills. I don't know if you guys knew it, but all of that is public record, and you can go to C-SPAN and read the
No.
proposals. You can read the summaries, and you
Oh
can
Lord
read the
Jesus.
bill.
If you want to take the time and
I
read 5,000
personally,
pages, but
I
that is
do.
Joy loves that. She loves stuff. She always have loved stuff like that. Matter of
I
fact,
like
she
to
is where I
read the
go
bills.
to get a lot of my like her and my wife is the same way to go and get a lot of like information about the Senate, about my local government and stuff like that. Like, listen, when I didn't vote, she would be the one that pestering me, getting on me. What's going on, friend?
Shonda,
Looking beautiful, looking lovely,
I
I
love
see
your
you, girl.
hair. That turned out great. I love
Was
it.
that John
So,
in the picture? That's the first time I've ever seen John. Where y'all was
Yeah,
at with Michael Jackson?
yeah, at the Hollywood Wax Museum.
That's crazy. I
so
don't like them
one of
places. They
the
scare me.
one of the things that I have read in the bill that there's a couple of bills right now on the president's desk. One of the bills that includes the second stimulus package also has a moratorium in there about our student loan debt. There also is a moratorium
But
in there about the about helping people with if you've been behind with your mortgage, also about evictions. All of that stuff is attached to bills. That's why a lot of people don't know that
that
the reason, like a lot of people will say, where's
that's
the
why it's taking
stimulus?
so long. That's
The
why it's
reason
taking
why
so
a
long.
lot of these, why you can't get money in your hands is because what people will do is they will play chess. And by playing chess, the GOP, Grand Old Party, or the Republicans, or sometimes the Democrats do it as well, the liberals in the progressives, they will play chess by attaching stuff that has nothing to do with what really needs to happen to those bills. And then
Mhm.
that's what they're actually fighting over. It's
The
like, okay, let
filibustering.
me go ahead and attach this big plan for solar energy. I'm going to attach $1 million worth of solar energy grants to this plan. And then, if you want, that's the Democrats or the progressives, they'll say, if you want us to agree to your tax cuts for the rich, you got to agree to our solar energy plan, or you got to, and then the stimulus is getting held up and you're not getting your money because they're both playing politics and checkers and chess about these other insignificant bills. Okay, so one thing that Shonda said earlier was that one of the reasons why her and John are not married yet is because of how it would affect her with school. And that really
Yeah.
touched me in a big way because I was talking to Chris and I was just reading this bill. And one of the things, the highlights that are in this bill is that they are going to be helping every single person. And I'm going to post it in Patreon, actually. I'm going to post the excerpts of it from the bill. They're going to be helping every single person except women who are unmarried without children. We're not getting a tax break.
Wow. So wait a minute. Oh, but well, I
Unmarried
think
without children, we're not getting a tax break.
so without children. So that's crazy.
Every other class of people are getting tax breaks. If you are a woman who is unmarried with child, you're getting tax
Now
breaks.
I could
If you're
see.
married as a couple, you're getting tax breaks. If you're, everyone else is getting tax breaks except black, to me, black women who don't have children but who have earned income are not getting earned income credit. I'm not getting
So wait
earned
a minute.
income credit.
So but what about the women that are single with children? Because that's
They're
earned
getting
income.
earned income credit only if, and they'll get educational credit only if they're not married. If they're married, they won't get it. So basically, to me, that's saying that to me is further perpetuating that Black women have to stay single and unmarried with children in order to propel forward. Because or without children, you're not gonna be able to get any type of help financially.
So let me make sure I understand. So if you're a single female, unmarried, or of course, if you're a single female without children, then you do not get any type of tax credit, whether you have earned income or not. Whether if you own a home, basically, but if you don't have children, you don't earn income. Earn income. Correct me if I'm wrong. You would have to own a home or be the
I still won't get
primary.
that large of a credit. Trust me, I owe money, I'm paying. And my
Right.
educational credit that I get, I'll get an educational credit, but without children, it won't be much. But if I'm a single mom, and let's say I want to marry my husband, I can't marry my husband or I can't marry my fiance because I want to go to school. I'm not getting no school money if I'm married, even if I ain't
Yep.
got no
No.
job. If
Yep.
I'm married, I'm not getting. I cannot go to school and get my
Well,
school paid for.
if they find out that you are living with a man, they a lot of times they cut your money or they force you to put that person within your income, so far as to qualify for grants or um, stuff like that, qualify for money. I know they definitely do it for like the Pell Grant and stuff like that
Yeah.
and other
Well, they
grants.
do, and they ask you to put who all lives in your household.
Right. What I wouldn't. Well, I mean that that
Uh,
I mean that's neither here nor there. I'm not giving any advice. I'm just saying. You
they of course they're going to tell you that you should or you're supposed to.
right, but you do that shit if you
The
want to.
point that I'm making is that it really makes me angry because what they're doing is there's an amendment in there that says that people who are over the age of 65 will now get an earned income credit without having to have children. So if you're between the ages of like 45 and 65, you'll now be able to get, and you're working, you can now get an earned
Well,
income. So
that part of it is because of Social Security is going away. If anybody that didn't know, Social Security only has like maybe another year or two before, unless they do something drastically. Social Security won't be here for very much longer, um, and that's just a fact. So if you're looking to grow old and collect a check, if you plan on living any long period of time, you definitely don't depend on Social Security.
what my thing is and what my concern is, Miss Wanda, I don't know about single men, but what I do know about is that for a person, I don't know single women, single woman, to me, for women, it seems like you're discriminated against because I don't have any tax ramification. It's almost like if I want help and want to have more money, I need to have children. It's like saying to this society, oh, you're a Black woman trying to go to school, trying to have a business, trying to do anything. Oh, well, if you get married, you ain't gonna make it unless you have children. And then if you get children, you can't get
But
married
even
because you
then,
can't further your
yeah,
education.
because you can't even if and the thing is though, even if you have children, you can't have the father can't be in the house and you can't be married because then you don't get any money, you don't get any help, you don't get anything. So it definitely perpetuates, you know, single women with kids, and it perpetuates, you know, a father, I mean,
Fatherless homes.
fatherless homes. Um, and a lot of it has to do with. I mean, a lot of it has to do with um, that's racially motivated. A lot of it is racially motivated. I mean, um, I still think that women as a whole, and what's weird and different is women in general. you guys have it so much different. I mean, so much worse because not only, especially if you're, so this is where you have it. You catch hell if you're a woman, period, just off top bat, right? Then don't let you be a woman of minority or a woman of color. Then you catch double hell, right? And then if you're a single woman at all or a single woman with kids, then you catch quadruple hell. So it's very difficult. Now it's very difficult on Black men as well, but unfortunately, I don't understand it. I don't even see like when I sit and I think about all the different things that you kind of think of things that are going on in the world. These rules are handed down. These guidelines are handed down from hundreds of years ago. There's still rules, there's still laws that have to be voted on every 100 years that allow Black people to vote. There's still laws that right now that are state and federal laws that are 100 or 200 years that they still will use to throw you in jail or come against you right today. And it's crazy. Yeah. It definitely seemed like it's set up. They stack the cards against you in so many ways. It really is.
It just seems as though for me, it's like very frustrating. It's like I literally, and I know, and I've had this conversation with women where they're like, I feel like I need to have children, but I can't get married because then how would I make it financially?
Well,
It's
even
like I
then,
want to.
go ahead, Norm.
No, you're fine.
No, even then, when you have children, it costs so much money to take care of a child. Like you may get a break, but it still doesn't equate to how much money you're gonna have to spend in the long run to take care of a child.
But the way that what I'm talking about, I'm not talking about the reality, because the reality of the situation is that I don't need to have a child to get, but it makes me feel like, a lot of people are looking at me and they're saying, well, Joy, you need to get married. You need to get married. You need to stop living in sin. You need to get married. You need to get married. And I'm just like, no, I'm not ready to get married. I have 20 more years of education to go. That I don't want to be $200,000 in debt.
Right.
And
how does that benefit you? That don't benefit
exactly.
you.
It doesn't.
Me getting married doesn't benefit me financially. It actually makes me more vulnerable.
I mean, unless you're married to, well, I don't know.
You do know.
You don't know. I said I don't know now.
You was gonna say unless you're marrying someone who has substantial more money, but even then, I want to secure my own shit. I don't want to
destiny. No, you're
I don't
absolutely
want
right.
my livelihood to be determined by what you're doing with your money.
Yeah.
That ain't got nothing to do with me. I want my own life.
Lauren, stop coming for me now. No, you're right, and I don't want that for you. I don't want you to depend on a man or anyone else. I've always told you. I've always told you that you don't have to depend on nobody for anything. And that's one of the biggest things.
I just feel like I struggle, and sometimes I struggle to stay afloat as a single Black woman with no children. I struggle, and it's frustrating to me because I feel like I would love to get married. but I feel like I cannot get married because I can't afford to.
I mean, it definitely doesn't make it
I
easier.
feel like I can't afford to be married.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I can't talk about the sanctity of marriage, but and I wouldn't dare downplay it or talk against it. But
Hey.
it's definitely not the answer. I don't know who talks about marriage as it being an answer to anything. It's really not. It's not an answer to anything. Marriage is tough. Yeah. And marriage is tough. And I definitely believe in having your own, having your own, being able to have your own money, your own, you know, everything.
I just and I can't say what men are going through or what is different with men. But I'm just saying from the perspective of a woman because I'm a woman. I'm not a man, so I don't know.
Oh
I can
well,
only talk. You know what I'm saying? I can only talk
it's not
from.
much. It's I mean, it's different. It's a different struggle. It's definitely a different struggle. And I mean, let's just be honest. The world as we know it is typically has been um, not well. I won't say the world, but society. Our society has typically been forged by white men, predominantly white men, for white men. That's just the truth. And if you prove me wrong, I mean, in all of our history books, you see that's how it's made. And even now you have some of the wealth in this world trickling down to women. You have, I mean, I think now we have the highest number of female millionaires. I don't know if there's any female. Well, I don't know if Oprah's a billionaire yet. I don't know if there are there any female billionaires. Anybody know?
Yes, there is.
Is there?
Yeah, there is. There's female billionaires. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm you know me. I'll be
Uh,
googling stuff. So the statistics show that the gender distribution of billionaires around the world from 2019 are 336 billionaires, or 11.9% of the world's billionaires are women. So 11% of the world's billionaires are women out of 2,825 known billionaires, which I don't know what they
well, there's
categorize.
an Asian lady I know that is a billionaire. And
Well,
then
I
there's
know of like five.
also, huh?
I know of five, but I do know that when I was leaving, Oprah is a billionaire. I do know that and one of my yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah, there's
billionaires
a lot of
in
billionaires
Nigeria,
in
in
Nigeria.
Nigeria, in Africa, period.
Yeah.
Africa, for the way people talk about Africa, Africa is still one of the richest nations there is in the world. It's just unfortunately that the wealth of Africa is not dispersed properly. But um, I know that when I was reading in my finances that now per capita it is one of the largest percent of women billionaires that we've seen in I don't know how many years it was saying. So things have changed. Um, someone said Oprah had like 2 billion. Yeah, I know she had a network. Since she's had her network. And I know that's why she won't. Well, I don't know that, but I have a great reason to believe that's why she's not getting married or hasn't gotten married. Yes, and then that's what I was speaking about, Lauren, and that's what I'm talking about is generational wealth. So it started, and me and Joy, we talk about this about how even Vivian was talking about earlier about how in our culture you find like so few of us actually reach out and take time to really help each other and really see about each other and things like that. But it's kind of like something that has been bred into us from generations and generations. I was even talking to Joy about, how for generations women were taught to be quiet, to be seen, not heard, to be soft spoken, to be, submissive in a negative connotation, in a negative way. I still believe in, a woman being submissive to her husband, but I'm talking about being submissive as in being under a man's thumb, you know, sit there and just look pretty or, be a trophy and don't talk. And even from, I know in my culture and in my older generations where I've even heard where, our older generations tell the girls like, if their husbands were cheating, they didn't talk about it. A lot of times I know like my
Or no, they're
grandmother,
gonna tell him, girl, you better not leave that good man. You better
or
stay with
yeah,
that good man.
if he's taking care, if he's making money, he's taking care of the bills, and he's doing, supposedly what he's supposed to do, then he gets a free pass to go and cheat as long as he's taking care of home. And I'm like, that's been such a generational thing and mentality has been taught and handed down for so long that, that's why you see a lot of things that you've seen in, I believe, um, in society. Now, like I said, I think women have found their voice. You have like so many movements. You had, I don't know exactly when it was, but years ago you had the, um, what was it? The women's rights movement. You had the, um, I don't know what do they call it? I forget what it's called, but you've had so many things where women have kind of
Are you
gotten a
talking about the
voice.
suffrage movement?
So maybe that's what it was. The suffrage. What movement is that?
The suffrage movement was a long time ago. Basically, it's when the women actually got the right to vote.
Okay, part of that. That's where it
Mhm.
started, and then what came after that? When after the right to vote, then women. It was like a sort of like a women's liberation
Yeah.
period
Well, then we had to get the right to vote because when they gave the women right to vote, we weren't included.
included. It was just white women, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, and you would think like, oh, these things are so old, but when you really think about it, and if our society is only a couple of centuries old, and you think about these laws and these things were only done maybe 2 generations ago, that's not really that long ago. And I was listening to somebody, me and Joy were talking about it, where I kind of stopped listening to. It's a real popular um, radio and TV personality that he was saying like, oh, there's no more racism. Like, women are doing it. Like, look at Cardi B and look at you know, a lot of these black female stars and entertainers. Like, oh, they're making it. There's no more injustice for women. Women are doing their thing now. I'm like, in what world? Like just because there's a few out there, like now women got it great.
Do you feel, because they like to say that black women are unhealthy, black women basically are one of the lowest stock. Like we're the unmarriable, we're the unmanageable. There's more men, men desire to marry other races. Where does that come from? That where does that idea that black women are not getting married? I mean, statistically.
um, I don't know about it statistically. I mean, I know that. So there was, and I don't know exactly who it was, but you guys remember there was a politician or somebody that he was trying to make it something. It was something in regards to black women and welfare, that like all the welfare were black women. Like the only people that were on welfare were like black women, and he wanted to have like, and then even from that they started having like talks about passing a law where if you were on welfare, you had to do like pass a drug test, and you had to you could only have so many children. I mean, all kinds of crazy stuff. And I mean, you're talking about things that's come from hundreds of years ago, from Planned Parenthood, from when Planned Parenthood started on to even now. That stems from a lot of things. I don't think there's any just one thing that it stems from. I think it stems from a lot of things.
Do you think black women are discriminated against still, Shonda?
Yeah. I mean, just like black men are. I mean, I think that when we are amongst white women, of course.
What was that, Shona? Or what was the
I
question?
said it. What you said was the question?
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Are black women still discriminated against?"
What's going on, Mona? How you doing?
I don't know, Shonda. It was just something about that comment. When you made that comment, I felt like I felt that.
What?
Because when you made that comment about not marrying John because of school.
Yeah. And that's,
I had that thought.
Girl, why would I mess up some $5,000 something a semester? For what? Just so I could tell people I'm legally married to him?
But what did John say about that?
He understands.
Does
he knew that from
understand,
jump.
or is he frustrated? Is he mad about it?
I told him that already. We ain't no discussion.
No, that's not the question.
No. That's not what I asked. Now, that's not what I asked you. I asked, how does he feel about it?
I don't know.
Sorry,
I was gonna say, Shonda, do you know?
I didn't ask you.
You say you don't know. Well,
I mean, because to me it don't matter.
I'm sorry, my internet is going in and out, so I'm missing part of what you said. You said you don't know how he feels about it.
I mean, look, I guess for me, we don't have those kinds of conversations because he knows on certain stuff it don't make no difference. So we not about to keep having dead conversations.
It's a dead conversation, you said?
Yeah, it's dead. Because that doesn't even make any sense. Where is the common sense in him insisting and me miss out on $5,000 something a semester? Where is the sense in that? Just so that, for what? I mean, what is that doing?
I'm the type of man that listen.
So let me ask you this.
I ain't gonna tell you what not to do unless I can come in and do it for you. So if I can come in.
If your wife said that she couldn't marry you until she finished school, or she couldn't, how would you feel about that? Is he froze? Oh Lord. Did you hear my question?
I might be going in and out, guys. I apologize. I'm switching over to a different work to see if I've got a stronger signal. All right. You guys see me? Am I cutting in and out?
Yeah, I see you now.
We see you fine.
Okay.
Did you hear my question?
All right. So no, I didn't.
What would you do if your wife said, "Hey, I can't marry you until I finish school, or I can't get married because of my education"? I know what you would do. You would say you would pay for her education.
There would be Or right. I mean, I would now if it was like, well, listen, I can't marry you, and because I've got to pay for my education first, and marrying you is going to stifle my ability to pay for my education, then I'm gonna find a way to pay for your education if it means that much to me. That's how I believe. I believe you got to pay the cost to be the boss. So I can't come in your life making any type of demands until I'm ready to pay the cost to be able to make those demands or to make those type of requests. Um, and that's how I feel about it. Now, if I
I think
offered and
that
say, hey, well, if that's the case,
Lord, we didn't hear you. You froze.
for me,
Yeah, we didn't hear the last part of what you said.
oh, I'm sorry. It's my internet, guys. Like it's ever since like it's been storming and stuff here. For some reason, our signal is terrible. Our bandwidth is terrible. So I was saying like I believe in you pay
Shonda
the
is
cost to
losing
be the boss.
patience with your internet.
Is
Listen, I
what?
understand.
What did you say, Joy?
You losing patience with his internet, girl.
Girl, because I'm trying to hear what he's trying to say, and every time he want to say it, it cut. Every time, but then we hear him
It's like
laugh or
what?
something, and then but we missed the whole part of what he said.
But missed the whole statement.
Yes, and then you start laughing. We didn't
So
hear nothing
basically,
else.
I'm just on here amusing myself.
That don't make no sense. Well, I was gonna say
Y'all
that
go ahead. Y'all talk. Listen,
for me and John,
I don't hear what.
the thing with being married is more of formality or legality. You know what I mean? It's so that if something happened to him, I can be the one to say what to do, or if, stuff like that. Because other
Right.
than that, it's not for nothing else to us. So
Yeah.
I mean,
I believe.
we have everything else besides the paper, and that's for downtown. That you know what I mean? I mean, I guess it would mean something to us because it's something,
Yeah.
but it wouldn't change our relationship or what we're doing. And it's more so
No,
he
I
can get on
mean,
my
I
insurance when I
was
start
talking to my
working at the
wife about that
hospital.
the other day. Yeah. And even now, they have a lot of places. I know how it is where you are. They have common law where you've been living with someone for so long, you can be on their insurance and stuff anyway.
Or domestic partnership.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. But and then on top of the other stuff, because he don't really have family. So if something happened to him, I don't know who the hell they would be trying to get in contact with. And I don't want to ever be in that position where I show up and they tell me I can't do nothing.
Yeah. I just think it's weird that, I mean, I know marriage is more than just a piece of paper, but for all intents and purposes, for legality sakes, it's crazy that even if you go through the whole ceremony and you get married, if you don't file the paper, you're still legally not married.
Right.
Like if my wife didn't send in the paperwork, out of all the shit we went through, it would be for nothing because we wouldn't be considered married.
Yep. I
And
saw
that's
a
the
show, a
sanctity in the
documentary
eyes of
where
the law. That's
Shawana
there's a
said that
documentary.
that's what happened to her. Shawana said
Yep.
that they got married,
Yep.
but her mother-in-law didn't send the paperwork in.
Yep. I saw a documentary where that happened. This lady thought she was married to that man.
right.
And somebody's mama or a brother or somebody was supposed to take it, and they didn't take it on purpose.
Yeah. That happens. Now, how long did she? How long did they go without before they realized or knew that they weren't really married?
Well, this lady, it was a long time. They had kids and stuff, and something occurred where her being the wife, what I'm saying, would have made a difference, and then she found out that she wasn't.
That shit crazy.
What's she talking about?
That's crazy to me. I think she said she started to be that petty to not turn in somebody's marriage certificate.
It's an aspiration. I mean,
oh yeah, they did do my boy Peter like that on the Real Housewives. They did my boy Peter wrong.
Oh, Pete, never mind.
You heard what? Go ahead and down another Jamaican male. Go ahead and tear us down. I know that's what you
heard
want
that
to
he
do.
wasn't Jamaican in that way.
who?
I guess it depends on what state you're in too, because John and I got married in Cape May, New Jersey, and we had to go over there to apply for the license and everything, but we didn't have to mail in anything. The mayor of the city married us, and they turned in the paperwork, and we get a marriage certificate. So if you don't have your marriage certificate, I guess I don't understand why somebody. I mean, states are different, so maybe every state doesn't require that. I
Yeah,
don't know.
see, in
Really?
what state are you in? New Jersey?
We're in
See,
Pennsylvania. We live in Pennsylvania, but we got married in Jersey.
well,
But
see, here in Florida,
Huh.
we have there's different rules. Because like here in Florida, you have to wait. First of all, you have to go before the magistrate, and you have to have some type of counseling, and then you have to wait 3 days. Yeah, you can't just get married.
Yeah.
You have to wait like
Yep,
three
I looked that
days.
up one night on the phone with Joy because I couldn't believe it.
We did. Yeah, you can't just
Yeah.
go get married. You have to
You
go
can't
to
just go. You got to have
counseling.
like 4 hours of. Yeah, there at least for minimum 4 hours. I think of counseling.
And then you
okay,
still have to wait 3 days. So you go and file for your marriage license, and then you wait 3 days. After you have the counseling and you pay the fee, then you have to wait. And then you still not married. You have to have the ceremony, and then you send that back with the signed paperwork from the minister and your witnesses, and wait 60 days to get your license, and then you marry.
yeah, I mean, I don't get the whole counseling thing, but whatever. If they want to throw that in there just for the hell of it, but I don't personally see it. Like, how's that
Yeah, you
helping?
gotta have counseling.
No, I mean,
Well, see, like Miss
mhm.
Wanda says,
And
in
before you get
Miss
divorced, I
Wanda,
think you got to be separated for so long.
I'm
Yeah,
confused.
I ain't coming
I
to
thought the
Florida.
one, I thought the one who officiated over the ceremony mails in the paperwork.
What's that,
Look,
Joy? What'd you say?
Florida
Miss
love being in your
Wanda,
business.
Miss Wanda says, I'm confused. I thought the one who officiated over the ceremony mails in the paperwork, and you receive the license in the mail. That's in your state. In
Right,
our
and
state, it don't work that way. Every
that's what happens
state,
in Jersey.
it's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, that's what I
Well,
said. Every
the
state's got to be
pastor
different.
did the pastor also have to send something in,
They
or he
have to
just had to
sign
sign
it.
it? Yeah, in our
He
state,
signed
the
it.
pastor or the officiator, they have to sign it. They sign it,
Right.
but you
And
still have to send it, mail it in within a certain period of time, or you are not considered. You are not married.
yeah,
You're
we
married
signed
to
it.
default.
We had the witnesses, and he mailed it in, and then we got our marriage certificate in the mail. So yeah,
And in Indiana, I think
Oh,
they
okay.
said you could marry your first
Yeah,
cousin if you
I
over
think we got our
65, didn't
certificate
you?
or something like in the office when we.
Listen, me and Shonda was on the phone looking it up, and in Indiana, you can marry your first cousin if you over 65.
Yep.
If you old, you can marry your cousin, girl.
No, what's the purpose of that? I mean,
that's what they said.
You just always marry anybody. You know, when you get 65, you can't expect to have anybody to just marry your cousin.
Well, if you over
right, I guess life over at 65. You just just do what you want to do. The life is over. Like
it don't even matter. Just do whatever you want.
I mean, really,
got long. Whatever you do, because you ain't gonna enjoy what time you got left.
Wow,
with your cousin.
That's cold. That is cold, boy. Right.
Well, I just said because you won't make any crazy babies. Now that's funny.
I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. They know that after 65, y'all not getting together to make no babies. So you and your disabled children that you made on purpose. I'm saying they do it. That's on purpose. When you make a baby with your cousin, you know that you're running a high risk of some mess.
Yeah.
Did you watch that on the White Underbelly where they was all living in the house?
Yes. Yes. And they had a bunch of kids knowing that them kids were special. Why would you do that? Look at him. I'm serious. We saw that. It's on YouTube. It's not no joke. It's not me being funny. It's for real. Wasn't the one barking or growling or something? He was.
Not doing
and then the one sister couldn't even talk.
Where is this? What channel? What channel?
On Soft White Underbelly on YouTube.
This is new to me.
No, it's called Chad. Stop laughing. It's not funny. On Soft White Underbelly, when you watch it, you gonna cry. I cry because these are people that are literally they're in the Appalachian Mountains.
I should have known.
They're in the Appalachian Mountains, and there's a whole family of them. And because they're so inbred, they
are so closely related. And when your genes are exact copies of each other from both your parents, everything that's messed up about your genes come together and happen.
Oh no, I think
that's why you marry or make babies with other people so that you're not exact copies, so the messed up stuff don't come through. Because we all got stuff on our genes that's not quite right. But if you copy and match it together, you're more likely to get messed up kids.
Yeah. What in the hell?
No, it's called Soft.
That's funny.
Look it up. It's called the Interbred Family or Incest Family, and it's on the Soft White Underbelly.
Is it where a guy was there interviewing them, and he was talking?
Well, see, that guy, he goes all over the world interviewing people with like crackheads, and he interviews prostitutes.
Interviewing the family, and then I think I seen something like that where one of them was barking. I
think I did too.
And it was talking about some.
There was a documentary, I think.
Well, one of them he was in their house. And they was all sitting out on the porch because the house was so nasty. Then the other one, they was in like the little studio that they be in most of the time. But then he actually went to their home.
Yeah,
and they was all sitting outside on the porch in dirty furniture.
I think I saw that.
Yeah, me too.
And they had like it wasn't a full mouth of teeth between all five of them.
Wait a minute, because I only got two in my front. Don't you do me?
Shut up, Jordy. That's different. That's sad. It really was.
To me, I cried.
He did one with the pimp.
Like, it made me cry.
And let me tell you, I was considering a career change. Wow.
Lauren.
Wait a minute.
Lauren crazy.
Lauren, which one? Lord, wait a
He
minute.
does a lot of them.
Change.
He does a
Well, which
lot
one
of
was
them
you
with
gonna be,
pimp.
the pimp or the hoe?
Listen, that show makes me
Laura
cry.
is tripping.
Like there was this one where there was this lady who she was like an old prostitute, and she was like she just thought she was the bomb, but she was like 60 years old, and she was talking about she still does exclusive clients. I'm like, girl, you've been hoeing all your life. You 65. What exclusive clients are you doing? You is ran up. I mean, that show makes me cry.
How are you
I can't watch
making it? And wait a minute though. The question is, who is in you? Who's really picking?
She had a pimp. She was pimp. She had a pimp.
Who men are nasty? Who knows?
You looking it up now?
That made me cry though. That one with those people, that made me really sad. That is sad. I found it really sad. And when Shonda showed it to me, because I think Shonda, you told me about it, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't believe it. I was like, oh.
Yep.
That's crazy.
It's really sad.
Look, everybody finna go watch that. Right?
Y'all should.
I might as well just put it on here and just everybody watch that.
No. Yep, the Whitakers. That's the family's name.
What is it?
The Whitakers. Y'all don't watch it right now.
Love it. I said I'm scared now. What's going on, Jenny Diamond?
Brian,
what time is it? I was gonna let you sing.
Okay, cool. Huh? Okay, what else we got tonight, B? That we gonna talk about? You said we was only gonna do an hour and a half.
It is sad though, man. It's sad. It's sad because I mean, if you think about it, it's not. And matter of fact, we know people who are products of family members intertwining, and they do have. What? I didn't say no names. I ain't said nothing. I haven't said anything now. Don't be like that. They have a hard time. They really have a hard time.
We know someone. They're not our family members, but our family took them in, and their mother and father are brother and sister.
Yeah. And it's rough, man. It's really rough. I don't know. That's yeah. And it's not their fault. They're products of. It's a generational curse. It's their issues are not their own. It's not something that they've done themselves. It's because of That's how how you were
someone
born. That's
else's
how you
decision.
came to be. Listen, Joy loved using my whole name.
No, because I just was like, but it's so weird because I don't know. It's like you'll tell me, Joy, don't say that person's name, and then you'll go and
That
tell me,
what?
but you always fussing at me about saying people's names.
I never say anybody's name. I say what you say, and I don't ever tell anybody my name other than Chad. Hi, Raquel.
I saw that. MJ.
Oh, I seen that documentary where all of
Yep,
them,
and
all
that's a
of their children
documentary.
are special because they
Hmm.
believe in marrying their first child.
And they got a
Really?
house full of kids that don't talk, that don't grow right.
Right. You wonder why they have so many disabilities in their
But they have to
I
in
born.
their
didn't know
culture.
that.
They
Now
have to. They have to
I
because
saw
they have to
where.
keep the bloodline going.
Oh, that's crazy. Now I didn't know that. Now I did see a documentary where there was a lot of kids that had abnormalities. Like one kid, he had a tail. Little boy had a tail. I thought it was just like maybe the water. It was something in the water, but then, or one had like extra arms or something like that.
Yeah, they have a
But
lot
they,
of conjoined twins, things like that.
yeah, but they thought it was because they thought a good thing because they what is the god that they it was the elephant god that has multiple
No,
arms.
it's a
Not I
Ganesh.
know
A
it's not
Ganesh.
Ganesh.
Shiva or
Yeah.
Ganesh. Lady Ganesh. We keep freezing up. It's a Ganesh.
Jenny said what's happening here.
Wanda, where's you go? Clothes on.
What you say?
Can you put some clothes on?
I got clothes
She's
on.
got
It
clothes
don't look
on.
like it.
Probably the same amount of clothes you got on.
Don't be over
Well,
there,
I got,
guys.
well, I got clothes on,
Okay,
girl. I
maybe
I
got
more.
got
clothes on.
Maybe
clothes
more.
on.
Oh no, stop it. Maybe more. Listen. No. No. Shauna's, Shauna's outfit is just fine.
Cannot. I cannot with either of you. Why was you froze like that? That's weird.
You got no clothes on? It's naked.
All I know is I just saw.
I told you Shonda ain't had no clothes on.
What?
Put some clothes on, Shonda.
I have clothes on.
It don't look like don't walk out your house without no clothes on. I told you.
What?
Put some clothes, Nancy. Put some
I have on clothes.
clothes on. Okay, girl.
Yes, you do.
y'all see my bottom?
Cause we see that. I see your
Girl.
ass.
Jesus.
Yes.
It's terrible.
What? I ain't say nothing now.
Lord. Well, I didn't mean to show y'all my behind, but my behind is covered. Covered. What you say?
Yeah, what I said is what Mona said. Mona said the lie that was a lie. That's what Mona said, not me. Mona said that.
I have them close.
Shonda, if you didn't, would it matter? It don't matter.
My butt is not out.
Okay, what's the next conversation, Big?
You don't want to ask me. Ask somebody else.
What, Miss Ronnie? Yeah. Will you come on with the next topic?
So, what next?
Does interracial
I'm gonna let y'all go.
does interracial dating make you less black?
We can't hear you.
Yeah,
Does interracial dating make you less black?
no.
No.
What? No.
And I'm so tired of hearing that.
Listen, that
It
is
depends on
what
if you.
people say. People say that
It
if you
depends
date
on if you let
interracially,
your other say the N word or not.
no, that has nothing to do with it.
It has a lot to do with it to me.
Yeah, people got a lot to say, but they really don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, well, I think that they assume that when you do that, that you're trying to be like them or you're allowing them to treat you bad or something, when that's not the case.
Right. Because that's what I always hear. Well, they want to take it back to slavery days. Well, you're just a house wench, or you just this, or you just that. And I'm not really.
Why can't you be that for your man? That ain't nobody's business. Be a wench for your man. Shit.
But you know what I mean.
True.
They're taking it back.
I know what you mean.
And I'm like, yeah, like,
people
but it's none of your business. But
it's none of your business.
Yeah, it's none of your business. But they always have to take
I've
it.
heard
Why
that.
can't it just be a relationship?
Or that the man, the white man has a fantasy of that
A fetish.
a fetish of he want to take it back to the day where he can have him a black woman. I mean, I've always looked and said, hey, you like chocolate, cool. I think you must be cool. Now, so I mean, I don't really have much to say about it.
You like what you like, and people
like
just
what you like.
Get over it. If you don't like what I like, that's fine. I don't have to like what you like. That's fine.
Listen,
but don't tell me
if you like it, I love it. Yeah, if you like it, I love it. My thing is, but that's for anyone. Like, my thing is make sure, as long as they treating you right, as long as you being treated right, that's all that matters to me. I don't
But
care
and I
who
think
you
that
with.
people assume that if you date a white person, that that's all you date.
Yeah.
And I
That
don't
is an
not date
assumption.
black men. I was
That's
dating
definitely
3
an
or 4
assumption.
black men when I met John. He just happened to
Oh
be the one I spent the
Lord.
most time with. He was. So it's not like I only mess with white men. He just, happened to be the one I ended up spending the most time with.
I can't.
It's
I
true.
can't. I can't. I
Well,
can't.
because
I
people think
can't.
that I just like white men. No, I added a white guy to the team and I liked him.
To
I
the
mean, it is what
team.
it is.
To my I see you coming in a Honda. To the team.
I mean, that's all it
That
was. It wasn't
applications
about,
are.
nothing else.
But
Right
I
before I
don't
got
see, but I'm
married,
gonna say this. I don't see that same issue with black men dating outside their race. I
Yes,
only
you
see
do.
it.
How don't you? I see it all the time.
I'll say that I think it's more acceptable to see a black man with a white woman or somebody of non-color.
You think it's what now?
I think it's more acceptable in society to see that because I don't know. I just for whatever reason I just don't think society is ready to deal with white men with black women. I don't
Yeah.
know why, but they're just not
For me,
ready for that.
honey, for me, I find it that when it comes to getting a certain type of negative connotation, I find that it's more geared towards black women than it is when other races of or other men date other races of women. When
Mm-hmm.
black women date outside of their race, it's always, well, you're only a fetish. He's only dating you because of this, or it's only a fantasy, or, it's never because the black woman just happens to be the superior choice, or she just happens to be intelligent and attractive, and that she's a catch. It always has to be because something that's, oh well, back in the day in slavery, black women were being raped. Well, yeah, but black men. But let's talk about this. What about this? Let me ask you this. What about the Uncle Tom black people who chased after the black people who ran away and brought them back? What about those black people? So it's like, if we went by that type of, if we had that kind of rationale, then we wouldn't date anybody, because there was just as many black people betraying other black people during slavery as there were with white people betraying us. So I just feel like, why is it when it comes to black women dating outside of their race, it's always only, it never, like for me, I experienced a lot of discrimination with not only me dating Chris and me dating outside my race, but it's almost like he's the superior partner and he's doing me a favor. It's not that he's dating me because I'm beautiful, I'm intelligent, I'm independent, I'm a good catch. It's always some other underlying crazy ass thing.
Mm.
Just my opinion.
I don't know if John and our relationship, when we're out or we get that. If anything, I think I think it's the opposite. I think they look at me and think, what
He's
do I
dating
see
up.
in John? It's
Yeah.
like, well, you're a successful black woman, you have it all, or they may think I have it all. And it's like, well, what do you see in this guy? Like they look at John, they think he's a hillbilly. He's not.
Yeah.
John is very intelligent. John likes to play dumb because, he's like, I don't want to show people that I'm smart because then they expect something of me. I don't know, crazy thinking. But he's a kidder, so he kids around a lot. But I said, don't take that for you thinking that he's ignorant or not smart or not educated.
Yeah.
But a lot of people just assume that, what do you see in him?
Yeah.
So it's the
I think
opposite there.
you're right. A lot of people do it based on face value. That's why I
Yeah,
think a lot of
exactly.
times each experience may be different, because I know like when I dated, um, other like a lot of time, and it wasn't even just because like, oh, I just had a preference for anything. I mean, I dated who like, I liked who liked me. Hell, there was a lot. There was, not unfortunately, I think it is somewhat unfortunate. Like when we were raised in a majority. What is the word?
Majority. There's no
Majority.
majorials. There's
I had
not.
a like a majority. We were raised in a majority white school. Our mother put us in a Christian school that was a majority white. So there was, it's sort of like one of those ugly duckling situations or scenarios where it's a product of your environment. That's what was around. And then other than that, what was close to my culture was Hispanics. So I dated Hispanics. I was a lot of women or Hispanic women like me. But it had nothing. I don't think it had anything to do with just, what I was I'm just only attracted to, Hispanic or white women or anything like that. I'm very attracted to black women. But I've got a lot. I had a whole team of women when I was a manager of a call center, and like I had a whole team, and the majority of my team were black women, and they found out that I was dating someone Hispanic, and I mean the hate, and it went from it was like night and day between one day. I mean, they loved me, I was great, everybody just adored me, and then came and found out that, oh, I got all kind, I'm monitoring their calls, hearing them talk about me, talk about who I was dating, talk about the girl, talk about, you know Hispanic people talking about me. I speak Spanish, I hear them talking about me, calling me a black tar, all kinds of stuff, prieto, negro, all kinds of stuff. So I just think it's basically it's people.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I'm just curious. I find it interesting, and I just find it interesting that I feel ostracized a lot about it. I really do. And it's like black people are mad at me. They're angry at me because I'm not with a black man.
I think especially now, I think a lot of it now because of the black movement, and Black Lives Matter and stuff like that. I think I see it a lot now. People talking about, and even in the media and stuff like that, talking about like, blacks should be with blacks and stuff like that.
And so suddenly you're not woke. That's the trigger word.
Right.
You're not woke if you're with somebody white. You can't. You're a traitor to your race if you're with somebody white now. So. Yeah, I got bigger fish to fry. I can't worry about what everybody else thinks. You think what you're going to want to think, and I'm not going to be able to change that, and I don't care to change it. So, to each his own.
To each his own. It's very true. But I think Joy, you do have a point in the sense that I don't know if it's because maybe even back in slavery days you didn't really see. I mean, you saw there were women, there were white men that dated black women, but I don't know so far as like say dated or really outright like married. I think you saw.
Listen, black. If I don't know where the statistics came in, Biggs, but if you look it up, the statistics amongst black women marrying white men is like something crazy, like 80% of interracial marriages where the black woman is marrying white men is more successful than any other combination of marriage. It's statistically proven that
I believe it. Well, I believe it,
marriages
but
with
I think
black women,
it's 80% of a. Say that again.
it's marriages, it's not just black women marrying white men, it's 80% of all marriages in general. Black are more successful when it's a black
Hold on.
woman.
I'm not sure I heard you right. So you're saying that 80% of all marriages are that are successful, it's because they're a black woman with a white man?
No, 80% black women with a white man are more successful, is what I'm saying. The number is
The
80%.
woman is more successful.
Right.
Is that what you mean? Mm-hmm.
No, the whole
No.
the
The marriage.
marriages.
Oh, the
I
marriage
don't know. I don't.
itself.
Yes. Look it
Not
up.
the marriage itself. Woman. Yeah, I would have to. I, even if that was, I would venture to say like who was making that statistic, like that. I mean, and then if are they trying to
Mona
say
said
like,
it
oh
the right
well,
way. Mona said it the right way. Divorce rate between black women and white men is the lowest upon all of the combination of marriages. So upon that's how I should have
okay,
said
the
it.
divorce rate between black women and white men is the
Is the
lowest. I believe
lowest
that.
out of all of
I
the
believe that. But
combinations of marriages.
I believe that. I also believe that in and I don't. I would believe, or I would not be surprised to see that the white male that marries a black woman is probably more substantially set or more probably statistically better off than I'd say the typical
But
black
Biggs,
male
it's
that
even
marries a white
better.
woman.
But Biggs, it's not. But the thing is, when they did this statistic, I'm gonna give you the video. I think I might have already sent you the video. You probably just didn't watch it. The statistic is not just amongst black men and or black women with white men and black men with white women. It's even the black woman relationship with the white man is even better. When I say that, I mean less likely to divorce
Yeah, be
than
careful of
white.
saying how you say because like
I can't hardly say it because you're making me nervous. I'm trying to say it right, but I can't hardly get it out. Black, white women
I'm not stopping.
who are married to white men, the relationship that of the black woman, the representation of the relationship where black women are in the relationship is less likely to be divorced than any other type of interracial or any type of relationship representation. And the representation of a black woman with a white man has the least amount of divorce amongst all of the combinations, even white men with white women and black men with black women. It's statistically proven. Basically,
I don't know.
black women are getting married and staying married.
To white men.
So you're trying to say is that statistically, someone that says that black women that are married to white men are better off than any other.
Not better off. Not better off. Least likely to be divorced. Least likely to end in divorce. Not better off. The combination that's least likely to end in divorce is a black female and white male relationship. Even above two white
Okay.
people and two black people, even um same race couples. It's the least likely to divorce. Let me find the video. Y'all talk while I find the video. I'm saying they have the lowest divorce rate. I'm not saying they're better.
Right. So divorce
I'm
rate
not
to
saying
me, now
they're
that I
better.
understand. Okay, right. So
Because you can
that's what
have two
that's what I'm trying
people
to
that's
understand.
marrying each other and they hate each other, they just won't get a divorce. I'm not
They
saying
still
they're
not getting
better.
divorced. And I believe
Right.
that, I mean, I can see that in a sense that I think that when a black and I can only go by, and again, I'm only going by my experience, and I only know maybe 2 or 3 couples outside of you guys, um, besides you ladies, that I know, intimately, that are interracial couples to where it's a white male with a black female. And to me, in my experience and just my talking with them, because I love having these type of conversations and talking with them, I can see that their experience is they catch hell from both sides. They catch hell from whites and they catch hell from blacks. And for them, in a lot of, and I think two out of the 3 couples that I know, they were together from like childhood, like from a very young age. And so they had to make a decision to love each other in spite of all of the things that they were going through. I believe definitely strengthened their marriage and their resolve to stay married. So I could see that. I think any couple or pair that have to go through such turmoil and so many, negative factors and influences just to be together, I think in innately they tend to stay together longer because you had to fight just to be together.
Now that
From
makes
all of
sense.
these things that
That
are
makes sense.
impacting your relationship.
That makes sense. That makes sense to me.
So for speaking like that, I absolutely, I could see a study like that being in those type of statistics to say that, yeah, in those categories you have, or they're way less likely to be divorced.
Yes.
But I I just think that people have to get away from deciding someone's value based on what they are, what their nationality is. It's the same
What they
thing, and
look like for
you
that
see it in
matter.
so many
Look at
different
how they feel
races,
about fat
huh?
people. I said, and
It's
as
fat
well as
people.
what they look
I
like. Look at
I
fat people.
listen. I've had to, because I'm fat, I'm black, I'm disabled. I've had to have nothing to do with my education, nothing to do with, even Joy will tell you. One of my last jobs, Joy hated it. Took a nap and y'all are still at it. I know, Jazz, but I was finished, let everybody go, but we start wind up talking about something else. But under my last job, I had a woman that only knew me. I literally, when I got to the job, I was a subject matter expert on this particular thing. That's why they hired me, for Salesforce. They brought me in on special projects just because of my knowledge on this particular thing that was new to the company. No one in the company really knew about this particular application as much, other than the people that they brought in specifically to work this application. I had a woman that literally, I was there 2 days. She never knew me, but immediately wrote me off and just assumed that I could not do the job. And there was no other reason. I'm like, you don't know me. You haven't spent any time to even know. I didn't even have a computer. I didn't even have my own computer for 2 weeks. So I just had to sit with someone so that I can learn. And I attended meetings so that I can be abreast of the inner workings of the job and what I was going to be able to, what I could do. But of course, me being the type of person I am, if I'm in a meeting and if I know something, I'm not gonna hold my mouth and act dumb or no, I'm gonna put in from you brought me here for my expertise, so I'm gonna tell you what I know about something. And I think just because of that, but no other reason other than just I'm black, because either and I even told her I'm like either it's because I'm black or because I'm fat or because I'm disabled or all three, then you have a problem with me. I literally had to write down and categorize every single thing I did, every single move I made at that job, because she was going behind my back and telling them that I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't doing anything. And here I was begging her to give me work to do. I was begging her to give me work to do. And because I so well documented, I documented every email I sent her asking for work. And she would be like, "Oh no, I got it. It's okay." She would come in early. Like we weren't even supposed to be working before 7 o'clock. Our first shift started at 7, and that was only if you had permission to work that early. Really, our shift started at 8 or 9. And it was just because we didn't punch a clock. We were salaried, so you just have to make your hours within from 8 till 9 o'clock at night. Within that time, you have to make your 8 hours. She would come in at 7, sometimes 6:30 in the morning, and go and do all the work and put her name on everything to prevent like for me to come in and having work to do. And then she would make the argument that, oh, Chad isn't
I
doing any
have to
work.
do everything. You trifling bitch. That's why if
Right.
you work for me and you do that messy shit like that, I'm gonna write you up every time, and I'm gonna make sure you're getting fired. Because I cannot stand people who do that. When work is already difficult enough, it's
It
always
is.
some messy ass bitch at work that tries to make it difficult for somebody else. When that is not, why can't you just do your job and make your way based on the fact that you're good at your job? Why do you have to be messy and put other people down to make yourself look good at the job? I can't stand that.
Because we have such similar stories, because I have a story like that. I was written up for a company that I worked for where, like you said, you're the subject matter expert. Nobody else knew how to do PNCs, knew how to do, nobody knew their back office. Nobody knew what was going on with them except for me. Because when I was hired, that's what I worked on. Nobody else knew PNC. PNC was their biggest client. So they knew they couldn't just fire me. So they had to pick my brain to find out what I knew. Company came in and bought us out. So everybody's scrounging around trying to keep their job. And me and my coworker got called in the office and was told, we don't cooperate. When we go to the meetings, we just sit there. We don't have anything to say,
Yeah.
I'm thinking, how did all this come about? I've been working here. I haven't had a problem with PNC. They like what I'm doing.
Right.
Why all of a sudden am I a troublemaker? So I report to my manager, and I'm thinking she's going to try to have my back.
No, but they don't.
No. She didn't. And it's like I had a lot of things going against me. Number one, I wasn't a male.
Yep.
I wasn't a man, and number 2, I was black, and number 3, I was a woman. So they don't want to hear what I had to say to begin with.
Anyway,
but I'm like, you're not gonna stifle me, and I know what I'm talking about, and I got PNC backing me on this. So if y'all want to get rid of me, y'all got to come harder than that. Oh, they had write up. I went to my
and they'll paint the narrative.
Yeah, and she said, "Oh, well, you have to sign this." And I'm like, "I'm not signing this." Yep. Well, you're gonna have to sign it.
And then they'll paint the narrative that, oh, you're just an angry black woman, or you're just if you stand up for yourself.
That's what it was. Oh, well, you come to meetings and you just sit there and you don't contribute and you look like you're angry. How do I look like I'm angry?
Yeah.
How does that look? If I'm contributing to the meeting, just because people sitting there think that I'm angry, that's their problem, not mine. Maybe you angry because I know what I'm talking about. Maybe you angry because you don't want me there. Maybe you angry because you just don't like me. I don't give a shit. I'm there to do a job.
For no reason.
Reason.
Don't even know you.
Yeah,
don't even take time to get to know you.
Right.
Don't even take time to get to know you.
Yeah,
No, the
experienced
thing
it
that
at
they love to say,
so many
with
companies.
me is, "Oh, you're the best, Joy. We love you. You're amazing. But I just really wish that you would, if you could just be more with us as a team. We really need to see more of a team spirit. And if you could just, we don't see that you're on the daily chat. Bitch, we work from home. Why do I have to be? How are we going to be on a team?" In a part of a team and we work from home. So basically you're saying that I do my work. I'm the best person you have with metrics. I'm number one. I'm in the top 1% of performance. But you're going to put on my evaluation that you want to see me communicate more with the team.
I ended up going to human resources and they told me, I said, well, me and Travis, that was my coworker, went to human resources because we thought we were being railroaded. The girl in human resources told me, well, that's what your manager said, so I can't. That's what I got to go by.
Oh,
I ended up suing the company because I left. I quit and I sued the company.
And you know what? You're smart, and to your credit, and that is what I fear.
More
A
of us
lot of
need
black
to
people.
do that.
More of
us need to do
I'm
that.
guilty of it. And it was because at the time, and I'll tell you, I was at NBC, and NBC, the way that they did me is they were. As a matter of fact, they wind up getting sued anyway. Gabrielle Union sued them right after, not long after I left. But they did me so dirty. Literally, I work with finding defects. And so I'm judged based off of escapes, which is like if I allow a defect to get past me. So in the whole entire time I've been there, a year and a half, I have not had one defect escape me. People on my team have defects left and right. All kinds of craziness. Never had a defect. I literally almost had 100% quality. They wrote me up for asking too many questions. They wrote me up for, what was another thing? I asked too many questions. Oh, when I was sitting, they would see me sitting, and I didn't go and fraternize with them because they would go and leave the office for 2 hours and go to lunch or go and have drinks and come back 2 hours later. Because of me, I didn't go and leave. I sat at my desk, I go to the restroom, I come back, I sit at my desk and I do my work so that I can go home. They were angry, and just because I sat at my desk and was like, oh, I would express like if I'm frustrated, but I'm in my own cubicle. I'm in my own desk. And because someone hears me saying, oh, or, oh, it just seems like you have a negative attitude.
I hate that.
Towards who?
Yeah.
So you don't want me asking questions. And then if I ask somebody a question, I'll get back to you. Meanwhile, I have a deadline. So if you don't get back to me within 10 or 15 minutes, 30 minutes, I'm going to move on. And I'll go and get the information from someone else. Oh, well, people have complained about you that you asked them a question. And if they don't get back to you within a certain time, you go and ask somebody else. I'm like, so you want me to sit and wait all day for them to get back to me when I can easily go to somewhere else, to another source, and get the information and complete my work?
Yeah, they come up with every little thing, man.
Wrote me up, and again, a woman complained on me, refused to work with me, and lied on me, and literally from the day that I came there, didn't want to train me, didn't want anything to do with me. And I'm like, literally, what is it that you can have against me? You haven't given me a chance to do the job. And the job that I do, I have almost 100% quality. What am I doing? Because I asked too many questions? You haven't trained me. So I have to ask questions in order to get the information I need.
It's crazy out
and
there.
Literally, so they got rid of me on the basis of, oh, well, we just feel it's not a good fit.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, they'll put that in a minute.
Listen, oh, we just feel that it's not a good fit. So I'm like, and I went to HR. The HR was a black. My HR rep was black, a black man. And I told him, I said, literally, the only thing that you can have an issue with me is either because I'm black, or because I'm fat, or because I'm disabled. Mm-hmm. My quality of work speaks for itself. Mm-hmm. I don't miss work. I work 10 hours, sometimes 12 hours. Sometimes I work and then a full day at work here and go home and work. So where is it that I have an issue? I'm like, they're out to get me. They're literally out after my job. Oh, well, just let's schedule a meeting. Every time I would schedule a meeting, he would cancel it. Until it became a thing. I'm like, I purposely would, even though I knew he wasn't going to go to the meeting. And the next thing I know, guys, my manager's calling me. I told my manager's like, well, I don't know, I guess somebody has it in for you. I was like, well, are you, he's like, well, I can get involved and say something, but I really don't know. And, I'm just not the type to go to bat for somebody. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, really? So then,
Connie,
and I should have sued them.
That is 1,000%. Connie, I'm sorry, Big. That is 1,000% my whole point. And I'm gonna be honest with you. When Big started looking for another, because he works as he's independent contractor. When he started looking for contracts again, it made me sad because I know his value. And I feel like he is, to me, so much more valuable than to be dealing with that crazy shit. Like, that shit is crazy. And he's such a hard worker.
No.
And I just don't understand. Like, I don't get it. So for me, I'm like, and I even told Shonda, I'm like, fuck these jobs. Like, I just have this thing where I'm like, and I know that rationally we have to work. I know we have to work. We have to work. We have to provide. Yeah. I mean, we have to. But I just feel
I have to support my household. Yeah.
I just hate it.
And I wanted it for a long time. For a long time, I was like, I fought with my wife. I fought with Joy. They're like, Chad, listen, you can make it. You're doing YouTube. You can make it. Like, I used to have clients in Lakeland, and I had my own business once, at a time where I had clients and I could get by. But I'm just like, with COVID, with all of this stuff, it's so hard now to really, work independently on your own and not have another hustle. Like, you've got to have a couple hustles. You've got to have a couple of means of income now to really make it. That's true. And so, it was a huge
and none of them can be with having a job, because them bitches don't care about you. They don't.
They really don't. They don't. And I've learned that firsthand. I've learned that they really don't.
And that's what John's trying to instill in his son now. When John and I met, he was always saying, because when we met, he had his own business. And he had worked for a company just like everybody else and had complaints. But there's something like, I guess his father instilled in him, because his father had his own business. And he was like, at some point, I just don't want to work for anybody anymore. So I have to strive for that. So he was always telling me about this book that he read, which is probably the only book that John ever read, because he's like, but it was called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And
Poor Dad.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Mm-hmm. Yep, and he swears by that book, because he said, you just get tired of working for corporate America or working for somebody else who's always telling you what to do. You come home, you're angry, you don't know what you're going to do. So I'm going to start my own business. And he's ran 2 successful businesses. And, he tries to tell his son, like, if you're mad, what's going on with UPS, he works for UPS. He's like, you come home, you're complaining about this every time. He says, I have a business. This business is going to be yours one day. Why don't you work it? But his mom and everybody, that's a whole nother story, but has instilled to him, no, you got to work for somebody else because that's the only legitimate thing that you can do. And I'm like, I just don't understand it. So he's probably never going to get that through his son's head. Until one point, he's going to realize, hey, maybe I should listen to my dad, because this business could be mine. But I just don't, and I didn't really grow up that way too. I mean, you grow up thinking, no, you have to work for somebody. You got to get out there, you go to school, you get a job, and that's what you have to do. And I think nowadays they should be teaching entrepreneurship in schools, because these kids, you should be preparing them for, you have several roads you can go down. You can still go to college, but you can come out of college and try to start your own business, and they need to have these type of classes, economics, banking, finances, whatever. They should have that so they can come out of school, hit the ground running, and not think that they always have to work for somebody else. You have people that might want to work for somebody else, but sometimes you might want to start your own thing and see where that goes. And you should have options. But I just think that a lot of times people think they don't have options, or you're too afraid to step outside your box and take that leap.
Yes.
And say, okay, I'm going to start my own business.
I'm guilty of it.
Yeah. So.
A fear of failure. I'm definitely guilty of it.
Yeah. This was a good conversation.
Yeah.
No, because last time.
Really good conversation, guys.
Yeah.
And see, we hardly talked about booties at all.
I'm so happy. Thank you, Jesus.
Well, Joe, you got that out of the way at first.
We had to talk about at least one booty.
Let it be known. Joy Talk, listen, you guys have no idea the crap Joy talked to me. Talking about some, she wasn't coming, she ain't gonna be on, she ain't doing this no more.
Biggs Uncut.
Look, talking about some, the hell with Biggs Uncut. I don't care. I was like, whatever, Joy, whatever. And then she the first one to talk about a booty.
Don't do me.
That show what she said last week. She's like, I'm through, I'm done, I quit.
Yeah,
she said that tonight. She wasn't coming over.
Never again in life.
I ain't want no damn Biggs Uncut.
Yeah. I was like, okay, that's okay. I got my faithfuls. They show up for me too.
I love you, Biggs.
I love you too, man. I always love you. We get on each other's nerves. I ain't gonna say you get on my nerves, but we get on each other's nerves, but we always love each other. Woo, boy, but I'm telling you, make me want to shake you sometimes, though. But that's man, a great conversation.
Great conversation, everybody.
Definitely.
Yeah, I really appreciate you guys for always showing up. Vicky, yes, Vicky, I love you too, man. I love you back. Listen, Vicky, I love people who love me.
Biggs, love the kids.
I'm built for love. I'm a love person. I'm just a love machine. Oh, sorry, that's an oldie. What y'all know about that?
Nothing, Biggs. Absolutely.
Listen, man,
nothing.
I appreciate it. I appreciate all the love, man. I'm here for it. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys being so loyal. I appreciate the loyalty that you show my sister, because I'm a strong believer in, like, if you do unto somebody that I love, it's just like doing it to me. And I really appreciate it. That's why I have such a love for you ladies, because you truly have given my sister a purpose and a love and support that we've never had before. And I appreciate it. And then for you guys to open that up and show it to me too, man, that's even more so. So I really appreciate you guys. I can't say it enough. I know I say it a lot. I probably sound like a simp, but I'm not a simp, man. I just appreciate those people who show me love and show me loyalty. I really do, man. I really do. And I believe one day, God's going to bless me to really be a blessing to you guys and instill into you guys' lives as much as you guys put into ours. And I hope just by giving you a vibe and a couple laughs here and there, I hope I'm as much of an impact to you guys as you are to me.
You always got to take them eyelashes off on the camera.
What?
Okay. You always got to take them eyelashes off on the camera.
Why you listen? I'm gonna go to bed.
By the end of the night, she already halfway undressed. She ain't got to do much. But
right. Exactly.
You ain't got to do much.
Right. Listen,
Does anybody have anything else?
That's why I train people right now. Right now, I want people to know that, listen, I'm a real ass person. So that way, no matter where I go from here, y'all have seen me at my worst. So y'all already know what time it is. Wow. That's why when I very first met Chris, the first night I was with him, I took my wig off at his house. I made me a wig stand out of a 2-liter bottle at Chris's house.
Mm-mm.
I did. On our
you were
first
just trying to
date.
make sure. You were just trying to make sure if anybody else came there, they knew somebody else.
Shame.
That trick. Women try to leave their stuff in my truck, and I'll be like, take your stuff. Get your stuff.
This has been a big uncut production. This is y'all. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe.
I'm happy, Wanda. Thank you.
And can y'all please share this video? I need somebody to share it on Twitter and somebody to share it on Facebook. And please make sure y'all come back every week. We're gonna have Biggs Uncut, and y'all make sure y'all message Biggs on his social media so y'all give him
hit me up on IG, please, everybody. I want to. I mean that I love you guys. Always come. You're always hitting me up in the comments. And when you comment, it allows me to be able to interact with you. But really, that's the only way that I can talk to you guys or chat with you guys in between shows and videos. So please like, share, comment, but also please hit me up on IG so that way you guys can always drop me a line. Or like some of you guys, I'm always looking, when I think about you, if I haven't seen you for a while, like Silk and some of you other ladies, like if I haven't seen you for a while, like listen, I'm a real ass nigga. I'm just gonna be straight with you. If I say I like you, I will definitely drop a line just to see about you. I don't mean nothing else by it. But drop a line and see about you if I'm thinking about you, because I think it's important to let people know that you're thinking about them and that you care. So, good night, Connie.
Good night, everybody.
Everybody, have a great night. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for being with us. My panel, I appreciate you, ladies. Thank you so much. Shonda, really thank you.
I can't.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, ladies. Good night, everybody. I love you guys, man. I got a new video coming out. Man, I got a surprise for you guys. I got a surprise for you guys. I did something different, something that we've been talking about. I'm going to have it up and I'm going to do a premiere on it. So you guys be looking out for that. And then also I'm almost to halfway mark on being monetized. So I'm working on a giveaway for you guys for that. So definitely be looking out for it, guys. Have a great night.
Do I qualify?
Negative.
Wow.
No, negative.
Well, then
no,
I ain't gonna participate.
Negative.
What kind of shit is that?
Nah, partner. You've gotten enough of my money.
No, that's a conflict of interest.
Good night, guys. I love you guys. Y'all have a great night.
Because if you win, they gonna get mad. So
right?
No.
Exactly. All right, Ronnie. Have a great night, Ronnie.
Good night, guys.
Good night, everybody. Love y'all.
I will.
Good night. Love you guys. Have a good night.
All right.
Bye-bye.